I'm actually really starting to feel sorry for a lot of the people who were doing their victory laps after William Barr issued his 4-page summary of the Mueller report, and then after the Mueller report came out. Specifically people like Glenn Greenwald and Michael Tracy, because in the few weeks since they started doing their victory laps, they have had to repeatedly just move the goalpost back a little further every time new information comes out that says, like, wait a minute, you guys were wrong about this. And they say, oh, no. What I meant, no. You guys were dead wrong. And it happened again last night, which was a lot of fun to watch these two men just completely devolve on Twitter. But nonetheless, what happened yesterday was that it was revealed that Robert Mueller, the special prosecutor, had to write William Barr, the Attorney General, a letter after he issued his summary telling him that you've mischaracterized this. This isn't true. It's not what happened. And suddenly, everybody starts thinking, holy crap, did collusion actually happen? Oh my God, what's going on? Well, no. That part of it didn't change. But actually, before we even get into that, let me read exactly what Mueller said in his letter to Barr. It did not fully capture the context, nature, and substance of this office's work and conclusions. There is now public confusion about critical aspects of the results of our investigation. This threatens to undermine a central purpose for which the department appointed the special counsel to assure full public confidence in the outcome of the investigations. So, while this doesn't necessarily, as far as we know, change anything on obstruction, maybe it will. Not obstruction, collusion. Maybe it will. I think obstruction, 100%, it changes that. But one thing it doesn't change is that William Barr did the job that he was chosen to do. I mean, as everybody was saying from the beginning, the reason William Barr is Attorney General today is because Donald Trump knew that he was going to get his hands on the Mueller report or Robert Mueller himself and make sure that everything went Trump's way. And that is exactly what William Barr did. And that is exactly why we have so many people today calling for William Barr's resignation. Prominent members of the Democratic Party serving in Washington, D.C. within the last 24 hours have been calling for Barr to resign immediately. Senators Chris Van Hollen, Representative Maxine Waters, Representative Ro Khanna, Representative Ted Lieu, Senator Mazie Hirono, Representative Kathleen Rice, Julian Castro, Democratic presidential candidate, former Housing and Urban Development Secretary. Lots of people who understand what they're talking about, who understand what's happening, who live it every day up there in D.C. William Barr does need to resign. And at first, when I started thinking about this, I said, hell yeah, obviously he needs to resign, but he's not going to. Trump picked him for a reason. But then it dawned on me that reason's over. William Barr has already served his purpose during his short little tenure here. Why not go ahead and resign? Because I can promise you, given the names on this list that I just read out, these people that are basically saying you'd better resign, if you choose to stay, Mr. Barr, you're going to have a very unpleasant remainder of your tenure. You are going to be subjected to subpoenas. You are going to be subjected to congressional testimony that is not going to be friendly. You are going to have to answer for everything that you've done and every lie that you have told the American public. Robert Mueller's already said he's ready to testify. He's up for it. He's raring to go. But the Justice Department is preventing that from happening. They can only prevent it for so long before Congress is able to get him in there. And once they do, and once they find out what exactly was in that report, once they find out what kind of summaries he and his staff had written that have just disappeared or been buried by William Barr, things are going to get so much worse for William Barr, and we could be talking about impeachment for him in the very near future. Congress has the authority to impeach him. And I think Barr, at least he should, understand that. So if I were him, I would heed these calls to resign. Because if you don't, it's just going to get worse for you from this point on. These people aren't going to relent because it's their job not to. They need to know what happened. They need to know why you lied. They need to know what you're covering up, because clearly you're covering something up. Robert Mueller will eventually testify before Congress. And I think a lot of stuff is going to come out at that point that, one, is not going to make the president look very good, but it's going to make William Barr look even worse because he's the one who covered it up. Now, we may not get the answer that a lot of people are wanting on collusion, but I'm willing to bet that Robert Mueller is going to tell us without a doubt that Donald Trump did obstruct justice, and William Barr is the one who covered it up for him. Thanks for watching, everybody. And don't forget, if you like what you see here, like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. And now you can also become a member of Ring of Fire and get exclusive early access to certain Ring of Fire videos all throughout the week. Just click on the little join button right below the video.